Ertz, the tight end. Second and goal.
You know, Al, how many times have we talked about the Patriots defense this year? They are the classic bend, don't break. You will always pile up a lot of yards against Matt Patricia's defense. But scoring touchdowns, it's a different story.
They allowed only 6 rushing touchdowns all season, second fewest in the league. Now a little fake toss. Bowles goes the other way and throws that out of the back of the end zone. Aguilar the closest to it, and it will be third down and goal. Just talking about that Patriot defense and how good they have been in the red zone. Fourth in touchdown percentage, first in takeaways. Points allowed only 3.9, second best in the league. So they give up a ton of yardage, a lot of it early in the season. Then they got it together, and they're very tough down here. Third and goal.
Yeah, and now you have to start watching the tight end, Zach Ertz, and you watch Alshon Jeffrey, who love those little skinny posts in the back of the end zone thrown up high.
That's Ertz back and forth. Off play action to the back of the end zone and broken up there by Rowe. Alshon Jeffrey, the entire receiver, and it's interesting that Rowe got the start instead of Malcolm Butler tonight. So he'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Well, I think you're going to recognize this name. James Harrison coming off the edge, and no way in the world you're going to get a back, the Giant, to come out there and make that play. And then here's Rowe on the back end. They try to get it up high, let him jump ball, but Rowe got just enough of him to not allow that jump to take place. Good stand there by the Patriots.
Jake Elliott, a rookie, had to get him early in the season. Caleb Sturgis got hurt opening day. 25-yard attempt is good. So they go for their own 26. See the field race, 14 plays. It's really late start.
When we're free to move, anything is possible.
This is the fastest progress we've seen from artificial intelligence. Evelyn continues to learn at an exponential rate. Only a week ago, I believe...
Doctor, I still don't understand why you have unlimited with Verizon. Why wouldn't you switch all your lines to Sprint?
What?
I've analyzed the data. Sprint's network reliability is less than a 1% difference than Verizon's, yet you choose to pay twice as much.
I never thought of that.
I never thought of that. Ha.
You're laughing at your expense.
Okay, guys, wasn't that funny? You got a down fake.
So what made you switch?
My coworkers are making fun of me.
Stop paying twice as much for less than a 1% difference. Switch to Sprint.
Wherever you are, don't miss a moment of Super Bowl 52. Stream every moment, including halftime of the postgame show with the NBC Sports app. More details at NBCSports.com. And Hall of Fame class, Randy Moss and the old Eagle, Brian Dawkins, already thrilled about that. Ray Lewis says Bobby Better. Congratulations to him. Spectacular career as a general manager. And down the line we go. The brand new Hall of Fame class for 2018. So the Eagles have the ball for almost half the quarter. And now a touchback here as Dion Lewis takes a knee. Throw for that pass breakup. When we come back, Brady and company. Go to work. You're going to love it.
Which branch are you interested in joining?
I'm going to be a pilot. That's the thing out. You may?
Did you know there's a world of miracles inside our bodies? For example, your eyes can see 10 million shades of color. You can hear thousands of sounds, from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Our bodies can withstand temperatures around 60 degrees centigrade. Our tongues can differentiate 100,000 different tastes. Our noses can distinguish more than 1 trillion scents. See, smell, hear, taste, touch. Wide new world.
Another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life as a peace of mind and seeking to find I can sleep when I die, want a piece of the pie, a piece of the pie.
Those records figure the same for a long time. First of all, how many quarterbacks are going to get to play in 8 Super Bowl games? The passes, completions, yards, touchdowns. He owns all of those. For Brady, 5-2 in his 7 Super Bowls. His first play tonight from the 25-yard line. They start with a fullback, that one, along with Lewis in the backfield. Well, play action, slip it to the other side. And Brandon Cooks incomplete. Bouncing ball, 2nd down and 10. Of course, Tom Brady, 17 days ago, that collision with Rex Burkhead in practice. And the gushing cut, he wore that tape during the championship game, but not tonight, Chris.
No, he said he was ready to go with it. Might stick a little glue on there just to toughen up that hand. He had a pad on it in the last game, and he felt like that messed with his grip a little bit on the football, so no glove, no tape, nothing.
Got used to it by the 4th quarter, though.
Yeah.
Brady throws, and that'll be caught, and that is James White, who had a tremendous day in the Super Bowl. Last year, he's run out by Jenkins, and that'll be a first down on a gain of 15 yards.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that Jenkins is going to be on White. Watch this in and out route here. It is the quickness of the New England Patriots at the wide receiver position that has taken them in many ways to so many of these championships.
So the line quickly set up a screen, but a flag is down. That's James White making the grab. Might have been 12 guys on the defense. That seems to be the initial call from Gene Steratore. Brady's so good at creating those situations.
Defense, 12 men on the field at the stop. 5-down penalty. Replay. First down.
Well, if there's one guy that knows all about Bill Belichick and what he likes to do, it's that guy right there, Jim Schwartz. He basically got his first job with Bill Belichick in Cleveland, and he was offered an unbelievable deal. He got to work 100 hours a week for no pay.
And brought coffee to the secretary.
That's right, went shopping for the secretary. Said they were too important.
Trips to the right on 1st down and 5. Lewis is the running back. Well, play action, good protection. Wide open, Chris Hogan, who gets inside the 30, takes the ball down to the Philadelphia 27-yard line. Amendola with a great block, and Brady's going to take him right up to the line after a gain of 28.
Yeah, and this is going to be an issue, I think, tonight for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a team that lost their signal caller in Jordan Hicks. Can they keep up with the pace of Tom Brady?
And around, give it to Hogan, who just made that last pass, and Hogan spun out of bounds at about the 23 by Jalen Mills.
How about Rob Gronkowski? You think he's back from the concussion? Check this one out. Goodbye. Welcome to the Super Bowl, rookie Derek Barnett.
Got hurt. Yeah, got hurt against Jacksonville and didn't pass the concussion protocol until this week. After 14 days off. Lewis and the fullback Devlin in the backfield on second down and 6. 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Philadelphia top 3-0. Brady fires over the middle, toward the 14-yard line. Rob Gronkowski led the team in passes this season. Rodney McLeod makes the stop. First down to England.
Play action initiated. You put the big fullback in, James Devlin, and the middle linebacker reacts, and they get in behind him. That is going to be a problem. This defense, especially this run defense of Philadelphia, is predicated on those linebackers coming down hard and making plays in the run game. Very susceptible to play action.
They split the fullback Devlin out this time. Got White in the backfield. White caught 56 passes this season. Brady at second down to him, and the ball at the 8-yard line as he's able to haul it in there. White had 20 points in the Super Bowl last year. 3 touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime and a 2-point conversion. There's Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator. In a couple of days, he will be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, James White has more receptions out of the backfield than all the Eagles running backs combined.
Eagles defense, 6 drives, only 1 touchdown allowed. Patriots have gotten into the end zone 8 times in 9 joints. And this is White stopped at the line of scrimmage by Nigel Bradham, making it 3rd down.
Yeah, now we come down to it. Same situation, right? Both teams go up and down the field. Here are the Patriots now with a 3rd down inside the 10-yard line. Can they convert?
They run 7 plays, 2 runs, 5 passes.
Gronkowski split out wide. That's your first option. If in fact he doesn't get help, maybe leaning that way a bit now.
3rd and 4. And it's going to wind into the slot.
This is the 3rd
Brady
and 4.
looks that way and fires in the middle. Broken up at the goal line. Jalen Mills intended for Gronkowski, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Brady got away with one there. That ball was well behind Gronkowski, coming on the slant, coming across the middle. And Mills, I think, if he'd been able to get in front just a bit with his other hand, might have had an interception right there. Break for the Patriots.
Stephen Gostkowski in his 12th year in the league. Boy, they had a pair back-to-back out of the charity for so long. Gostkowski, a dozen seasons. 26-yard attempt. Ryan Allen to put it down. And the 2 teams with similar opening drives, each ending with field goals. 3-3 Super Bowl 52.
We'll watch it later.
I'll watch it when the real scores. Okay.
How do you know?
Sure, we may be outnumbered.
How do you know?
20 to 1. They may have more men, horses, and arrows for fire, which probably don't hurt more than the regular ones. Look, I'm gonna level with you guys. We're out of Bud Light. And they have some! So dilly dilly!
Was there only 2?
I've had 3 people try to eat me today. 3! Ooh, lucky penny. Anyway, sometimes I wish I were human.
Look at me. I'm human. Do you want to eat me?
No.
Do you want to eat me?
No, thanks.
No? Would you like to eat me? Then we want to eat me. I'm the lucky.
You dropped your lucky penny.
Hey, I look good.
You're still short and bald.
Stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show, featuring global superstar Justin Timberlake.
Where were you when mankind's spirit took flight? When the greats stood tall? When many sounded as one? Where will you be when the whole world comes together? The opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics, Friday on NBC.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by Stella Artois. Help end the global water crisis. By Toyota, when we're free to move, anything is possible. By Solo, a Star Wars story, Invaders May 25th. And by Sprint. Analyze the data and switch to Sprint today.
Super Bowl one, you could have gotten into that game for $12. Robert Kraft. It's the 9th time his team has been to the Super Bowl. Got there once before Brady and Belichick. Jeff Lurie watched his team in 2004 lose in Jacksonville. You did the game on Fox.
It was an exciting game there as well. As a matter of fact, that first Super Bowl for $12. Spent $24 on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. 49-yard line, Steve. It's perfect. Gostowski to kick off. And this is the turn of the 2. Barner from the 2-yard line. And then Barner back up to the 24. We used to call it the run-pass option, but now in the vernacular, RPO.
Yeah, and basically all it means is the quarterback has the option. He's going to look at a linebacker or a safety or somebody, and they have gone to that and basically decided that Nick Foles is just so much better running that offense than what he was before. So during the bye week, he was able to make the conversion, and we see the Patriots, they have struggled a bit against him.
So Foles going to work here. Starts the game 6 of 9 for 61 yards. But Peterson, in his second year as the Eagles coach, and he calls the play. He sends him in to Foles, who throws over the middle, and then he's caught and staying on his feet and picking up some extra yardage, about 8 total, is Nelson Aguilar, who had 2 pretty mediocre seasons and then had a breakout year this year.
Tell you what, how about that action after the catch and made somebody miss? This team in general is very good at breaking tackles after the catch. And there goes James Harrison back in coverage. He's going to take a big shot and miss the much shiftier Nelson Aguilar.
Harrison, 39 years old, oldest defensive player in the league, long time Pittsburgh Steelers. One is the running back, Garrett Blunt, over the right side, breaks free into Patriot territory and spun down at the 33-yard line by Deron Harmon. The former Patriot off to the races for 36 yards.
Big guys right up here. This is the strength of the offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles on that right side. Nice job by Wisniewski as well coming down. And for LeGarrette Blunt, how much do you think he enjoyed that particular run? He was asked to take a bit of a pay cut if he wanted to stay in New England. He said, no thanks. I'll take my shot to beat you in Philadelphia.
And there's Brandon Graham saluting him from the Eagles sideline, ball at the 34. That play action. Going for it all into the end zone, and it is caught. Alshon Jeffrey for the touchdown. He beats Eric Rowe, made the big play on the first drive to hold him to a field goal, but not this time. The former Bear, 34 yards and a touchdown.
And Nick Foles told us, he said, early in this game, I want to be able to take my shot. And there goes his big guy. As we have seen, these Philadelphia Eagles have a way of playing above the rim. You watch these receivers come on the field, you think you're getting ready to watch an NBA game. They go out, box out, rebound, and they've been putting points in that formula all season long.
Every scoring play, of course, gets reviewed. Looks pretty good to us from this point. As they check it out. You know the phrase these days, can you survive the ground?
Can any of us survive the ground?
Right. Not the underside.
Here we go.
And you heard Steratore say it's confirmed. So Philly with the game's first touchdown, and Elliott now for the extra point. Johnny Jones puts it down, and that kick is no good. Once more, the Bulls pass into the end zone, but they missed the extra point, and it's 9-3.
new Ram 1500. Built for the unexpected. Watch the full story at ramtrucks.com.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. Stay tuned because we're live tonight from Minneapolis after the game. We have the star of the halftime show, Justin Timberlake. Dwayne Johnson will be here, and the whole cast of This Is Us is stopping by. It is a huge show with tons of surprises. You don't want to miss it.
Music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show, featuring Justin Timberlake, who released his new album, Man of the Woods, this weekend, getting ready to perform at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis as we look at downtown Minnie on this frigid Sunday night. Oh, please.
Hashtag, and then it's taken over the world, by the way. Everywhere. That's everywhere. You already did a little dance, and you thought you got out of it in the pregame show. I'm just telling you right now, your hashtag has flown around the world and back 25 times.
That is a career ender. I'm telling you right now. 1 yard line, Dion Lewis. They'll bring it back to the 19-yard line. Tackled by Good. He's a man down for the Patriots at the 25-yard line. They're luring, exultant, along the active Bradley Cooper.
What brings you home?
I got a call from Shawshank.
Call from who?
Don't know yet.
Something terrible is going to happen.
This is what I feel like when I wear regular shoes. Cramped and uncomfortable.
Mr. Long, you've been upgraded.
Which is why I wear Skechers wide fit shoes. Like first class for your feet. Try Skechers wide fit with air cooled memory foam.
Jump in quick. Team up with friends. Battle players around the world. Heroes Arena. Free to play, fair to play. Download now. Aerial coverage tonight being brought to you by Bud Light. Minneapolis, Minnesota, second time that this city has hosted a Super Bowl game. The other one was Washington against Buffalo. Mark Griffin had a tremendous day back in the early 90s. So Brady goes to work, second possession. Lewis is the tailback. Through the middle, breaks a tackle and picks up about 8 yards, getting to the 26-yard line.
Well, one of the things you have to do is slow down the pass rush of this team. One of the great ones, Fletcher Cox right there. They're going to trap him early. Why do you do that? To give him a lot of different looks inside. You don't want him just flying up the field and getting after Tom Brady. Nice play call.
Whoops. 2nd and 2, and it's Gronkowski moving around, and that'll cost him 5 yards.
False start. Offense. Number 87. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's the first penalty against the Patriot offense in this entire postseason.
I think Gene's territory has more fun than football than you do.
He does. Put his index card tonight.
Had us sign it.
Below his, he did. The one that got the first down for Dallas against Oakland in December. Second down and 7. Brady stays in the pocket, and then the pass is incomplete. Headed there for Chris Foden, covered well. Third down and 7.
One of the big matchups on the outside is going to be Vinny Curry going against Nate Solder at that left tackle position. You know the Patriots are going to want to try and help inside where Fletcher Cox and company, Brandon Graham, can really cause some damage in there. So that means probably Nate Solder has to stand up all night.
They'll take Chris Long, number 56, into the defensive front. James White is the back. Brady under pressure, slips away deep downfield, getting free is Danny Amendola, and breaking tackles and taking it all the way to the 29-yard line. Danny Playoff Amendola is his new nickname.
There we go, right down the sideline. He's going to be right there, and this is just the blown coverage. You saw Ronald Darby moving inside. It was a zone defense, and Tom Brady knew it. His wide receivers on the outside flip-flop spots. The Eagles didn't adjust. He knew exactly what he had.
A minute to go now in the quarter from the 29-yard line. Play action. Myers caught, holding backhands it, and picks up the first down at the 17-yard line. Tackled there by Corey Graham.
Well, we have seen this Eagles defense all season long lead the league, highest percentage of 3 and outs, and yet they are really struggling with this pace of Tom Brady.
No huddle again. Big hole again. The 11-yard line. We've had a lot of offense. I mean, we haven't even played a quarter. New England has 149 yards, and New England, or Philadelphia has 149, and New England has 138.
And Tom Brady is like, do not get in arguments or fights out here on the field. These guys are tired. Let's wear them down. Get out of those altercations.
Don't let them rotate. Second and 4. Slipping through the middle, taking it to the 8th, and that'll take us to the end of the quarter. James White is there. So the next period begins with a third down and 1. End of 1-9-3. Philadelphia, Super Bowl 52 on NBC continues after these messages.
Doritos Blaze, a bold new flavor that brings the heat.
Hush your mouth, I tell your mother, y'all can stop me now. Listen to me now, I'm laughing 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? The biggie bounce. I know you think I'm with my style.
Need Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew. Typical Super Bowl card. Right? Or a hilarious beer ad. Or whatever ad this is.
But it's a tie, Dad.
What?
It's a tie, Dad.
What makes it a tie down?
There are no stains. Look at those clean clothes. What else would this be an ad for? A razor?
No. Tie Dad.
Cold, refreshing.
Tie, Dad.
Meet the all-new.
No, it's a Tide ad. Tide.
So, does this make every Super Bowl ad a tie, Dad?
I think it does. Watch and see.
Not many people know what they would die for. Daddy's gonna go make that bacon.
No, 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 no! My family is trapped 240 floors in the air.
This isn't gonna end the way you want it to.
Second quarter, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya. There are your stats. The update there with 289 yards of total offense, and each quarterback has thrown for over 100 yards already. Right now it is 3rd down and 2 as we begin the second frame. Brandon Bolden comes into the game, and now they move him into the backfield behind Brady. And the ball is handed off to Brandon Cooks, who tries to hurdle and can't. Tackled by McLeod. So Cook over in a trade with the Saints in the offseason on the end around. McLeod is right there.
Jet sweep's going to come right over here, and this is the first time I've ever seen a straddle into a tackle. He tries to jump and split, and he just does not get there. So once again, the Eagles defense makes a very unique stand this time inside the 10-yard line.
Edwin Moses or Ronaldo Nehemiah, that was not. Kostowski for a 26-yard field goal attempt, which is juggled, and then he hits the upright. Cardona was the snapper, so each team has missed a kick. Philadelphia an extra point, and New England missing a field goal attempt.
It's going to be bobbled inside somehow. Allen gets it back on the tee, and Gostkowski tried to slide back to the right, but caught the upright. And for Bill Belichick, what a disappointment. He was telling us he felt like that special teams were the strength of this team, and now it hurts.
Special teams coach Joe Judge. Doesn't see that very often. Peterson loves it, of course. And it's 9-3.
Boy, remember that tackle on a 3rd and 2 to set up that field goal, to set up that miss.
It's not from the 20-yard line. Bowles, who is 8 of 11 for 102 yards. He tosses it to Giant, trying to get around the corner, runs into his own man, and it's a tough 2 yards. And 2nd down and 8.
One of about 3 really core defenses. You're going to see these 3 guys playing inside. So now you run off tackle, or you run outside, or you throw the football. And so the Philadelphia Eagles and Jay Ajayi. And now I thought one of the huge things that came out of this trade with Ajayi was the fact that it gave them that outside speed. Garrett Blunt, we saw him run up the middle. He's a big, strong guy. But Ajayi's speed has really made a difference on this Eagles team.
2nd down and 8. Number 22. Bowles, Servan, under pressure, look out, and he throws that one away. Seems like a million years ago. We were there opening night in Foxborough. Remember how it started? Everybody thought New England did so much during the offseason, they might have a perfect season. That ended in 3 hours.
Yeah, that was pretty short-lived there. But this is a defense for the New England Patriots that has made tremendous strides. Gave up 32 points a game the first 4 games of the season, 300-yard passers the first 6. And yet they pieced it all back together, and now the pressure's on to find some answers here tonight.
Started 2-2 and counting postseason. They won 13 of their last 14. Only a Monday night loss at Miami, the only blemish. 3rd down and 8. Foles backing up, backing away, escaping, keeps his eyes downfield. The pass is incomplete at the 30-yard line. Intended for Ertz. The crowd wants a flag and don't get one. 4th down.
Yeah, I think that Nick Foles had a chance here. Let's take a look. It's man coverage, so everybody's chasing everybody here. He escapes. Look out to the right. probably would have run for the first down.
So the first 3 and out. Donnie Jones, 14 years in the league. First time he's been in the Super Bowl. Clock is down to 2. Both punters in this game left-footed. And it's fair caught at the 37-yard line by Kane and Mendola. Early in the second, Eagles like that.
Are we winning? No. It's just so small from back here. I can't really tell.
What night?
We're saved. Yes.
Time to do what must be done. I did it.
Hey, Bud Knight, aren't you gonna fight with us?
Oh, a buddy of mine is having this 30th birthday thing.
Oh, yeah, well, that's understandable.
Hey, if you survive, come by.
Probably won't happen, but
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Watch this.
Wow, somebody likes attention.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
Wake up early, slap on some cologne.
Just got a job as a lifeguard in Savannah.
Dropping 6 feet, they call me DJ Nana.
Don't get mad. Get E-Trade, kiddo.
Your should you choose to accept it.
What the hell are you doing?
But if that's not the milk.
After the game. A historic episode of This Is Us. Set your DVR for extra time. The game could run long, and you don't want to miss a minute. This Is Us, tonight on NBC.
The Eagle D are the first team since the 2002 Buccaneers to reach the Super Bowl after allowing fewer than 10 points per game in the playoffs. Those were the 2002 Buccaneers coached by John Gruden, who went to Tampa Bay that year and turned around and beat his old team, Oakland, in the Super Bowl in San Diego.
And went back.
Yes, he did.
Went back.
He's back. Deion Lewis is the running back. This drive starts from the 37-yard line. Brady stepping up. Deep that field, wide open. Brandon Cooks. And he gets smacked down at the 40-yard line, taking some shot there by Jenkins, who is spinning around, and he is down after a 23-yard gain.
This route here coming back out. But as he came out and caught the ball, a little disoriented, turned around, looped back around, and never saw Malcolm Jenkins. And that definitely was a little helmet-to-helmet on that hit.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Rob Gronkowski.
That's
coming off the concussion.
Puts Brady on the ground. Never saw him coming. Injury timeout.
I'm going to start with some balayage clippings, then razor cut up to blunt angled log. I'm dead, I'm back. It's going to be everything.
What?
He's going to make your hair long, then cut it short to make it big.
Oh, Okay,
What's the strong man?
it's a pea protein gluten-free pate.
It's a burrito filled with plants pretending to be meat.
Last night took an L, but tonight I bounce back. What's an L? The rap singer took a loss,
And now he's okay.
right? We got bounced back.
Living large.
Living with his mama.
Lifelong walk.
He doesn't have a car.
Entrepreneur.
Unemployed.
Oh!
Yeah, you can get a mortgage that avoids PMI. MIP on FHA.
Hey. This will help. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple.
Right.
Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes.
There's also origination fees and escrow
This
accounts.
takes care of it. Thank you. Rocket Mortgage, America's largest mortgage lender. It's just a great dot.
Well, we did it. We sealed the bad out and kept the good in. We have everything we ever wanted.
We have all these avocados from Mexico, but where are the chips?
The chips are outside.
The chips are outside!
Oh, Wi-Fi's down.
Possible earthquake near the Statue of Liberty.
Looks like you should have left town a little bit earlier.
Whatever you're doing. Don't.
So Brandon Cooks got up. They have walked him back into the locker room. If it looked like helmet to helmet, he was not a receiver at that point. He caught the ball and it turned into a runner, so he's no longer defenseless, but he never saw Jenkins.
Right, so it's a no foul. And on the other end, Brady took a shot, but not with the crown of the helmet, so no foul there either.
You know, Brady was taped over a little bit during the commercial break. First down and 10, the time, one of the worst of their throws. Almost picked there by Malcolm Jenkins, intended for James White, second down and 10.
Boy, this was a bit of a surprise for me that Malcolm Jenkins is coming out and playing man-to-man on James White. Well, he caught 14 passes in the last Super Bowl. Maybe it shouldn't be a surprise. But I think most people anticipated that Jenkins was going to be on Gronkowski. But so far, that matchup is working in the Eagles' favor.
Meanwhile, McDaniels and company have to wonder about Cooks, the number 2 receiver. They had only 4 wideouts dressed for the game. He's one of them. And through the middle, nice game there. Helmet flying. Deion Lewis picks up about 5. You take a look at Brady to Cooks. He was the deep threat. Picked him up in a trade with New Orleans more than 20 yards down to 16 completions. Brady's most by one teammate in a season.
Yeah, the next closest, to give you some perspective, was Randy Moss in that unbelievable year he had. He did not match that number of Cooks.
Philip Dorsett will take his spot, puts his spot, number 13. You know, third down and 5 here. And now you got to flip back here to Daniel, who throws, and it's Brady who can haul it in. So Brady was free, looks over his shoulder, trickery and deceit, 4th down.
Has to be out of the shotgun or this play is not legal. It obviously is. Tom Brady is just going to hand off and then ignore. He's not doing anything, and there he goes. And immediately, Chris Lahr knew he was in trouble, and Brady with the bad hand and no tape. You wonder if maybe that had a little something to do with why he didn't want that pad on that hand. They had that play in the back of their mind.
You do. So it's 4th down and 5. They'll go for it from the 35-yard line. And Brady down the sideline, and that's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. Jalen Mills covering on a play, and Philadelphia will take over. 11:53 to the half, 9-3.
Guys, those twisted mangoes. Because. Oh. That's why.
Tango dance.
A road is a wonderful thing. It makes it easier for you to get from point A to point B. But ultimately, the road is someone else beside you. The road always ends. And this is where some of our best stories begin.
Hello again, ladies. Is your man the kind of man who would climb the height? I'm gonna tie you.
Nice pants.
Get off my horse.
Tied up.
Stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show, featuring global superstar Justin Timberlake.
What's really interesting here, Malcolm Butler, hero 3 years ago in the Super Bowl, has not played a defensive snap tonight. The Patriots are telling us a coach's decision. Of course, it was easier to get information out of East Germany before the wall went down than to get injury information from New England. But Butler has not played a defensive snap yet. Eric Rowe has taken his spot. Here's the Giants. It's wrapped up 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. This was during America the Beautiful. Butler was very emotional on the sidelines. You can't guess what this was about, but he's played on special teams tonight, but not on defense.
Well, it was a beautiful rendition, so you never know, right? But you have to think that maybe he was hurting a bit, and you just wonder when it was that he got the news, or maybe it was just the reaction to it, maybe it wasn't any of the above.
Final year of his contract, but for a while as if he would be sent to the Saints in the offseason. Didn't happen. He's a jockey trying to break tackles, which he does with regularity, and turns nothing into a little something up at the 38-yard line. Devin McCourty makes the tackle. Third down and 7.
I tell you, this Jay Ajayi runs that lead draw about as well as anybody. They end up pulling Lane Johnson around, one of the most athletic guys, and blocking him in there. But so far, this 5-man line of the New England Patriots has been doing pretty well, at least in the last couple of series now, and shutting down that run.
Ajayi averaging 3 yards per tote. Third down and 7 now from the 38-yard line. Ball is over the middle and wide open, and into Patriot territory goes Zach Ertz, the tight end. Into 19.
Yeah, I think Zach Ertz took a little page out of Gronk's book here. Going to go down the field, a little bit physical, and then make the break. A little bit of a contact, not enough for a flag. I think that was the proper call there, a little juke. I tell you, if there's one guy that could be an explosive element of this game, Zach Ertz.
His wife Julie, if you follow soccer, you know she's a key member of that U.S. women's team. From the 43-yard line. Bowles keeps it and then didn't have a grip on it. It looked like Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, to be second down at 10.
You got to work to overthrow Alshon Jeffrey. Sometimes it's interesting. I wonder if it happened to Nick Dare that sometimes those running backs don't know if they're getting the ball or not, and they can tend to grab at it a little bit. Maybe it jostled it just a bit before that throw.
It looked like he didn't have a good grip on it, so it's second down and 10. U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis on this Super Bowl Sunday night. Second down, 10 from the 43-yard line. Pressure coming, and that pass intended for Jeffrey at the 21-yard line. Great catch. Over the shoulder, along the sideline, threw it over Stephon Gilmore. That's a gain of 22, first out.
Man, watch this late adjustment to the ball here. And Al, I'm a little surprised. Chung that time ended up being on Alshon Jeffrey, and we all anticipated that Stephon Gilmore was going to be the matchup. Gilmore all season long has taken the bigger of the receivers, and yet for whatever reason, they're not matching him against Jeffrey in this one. He already has one long touchdown, big play there.
2 touchdowns in the championship game against Minnesota. Blunt is in the backfield. There's Eric Blunt. Swings to the outside, inside the 10. Blunt to the end zone. Behind a 7th block. His 11th career postseason TD.
Most athletic center in football, watch him get out in front of this play. Not only gets the initial cutoff, which you have to have on those outside zones, stays with it. One more push down the field, gets a Landon Roberts out of the way, and there you go. For LeGarrette Blount, how sweet is this payback? Now they're going to go for 2.
Right? After missing the extra point, that makes the difference. Trying to make it 17-3 instead of 16. Eagles go for it a lot. 6 of 9 2-point conversions, both most attempts and conversions in the league. So from the 2-yard line, now they send 4 receivers out to the right side. Ball bunch there, and actually go to the left, and it's Jeffrey, and he can't make the catch. That's Eric Rowe able to bust it up. 8:48 to go, first half. Now 15-3, Philadelphia.
That's how we do it on the farm.
Barbecue Pringles? Pizza Pringles.
You made barbecue pizza.
Wow.
Wow. Add a jalapeno.
Spicy barbecue pizza.
Wow.
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 Wow, you can stack different flavors?
Nobody asked you, Kevin!
Stack flavors, make new ones.
I'm Dave, and my bleep don't stink.
Well, for a boy whose bleep don't stink, Dave turned out to be a very well-adjusted adult.
Good kid. Please don't stink.
Well, we first noticed it at his first birthday. Nothing.
I miss Dave.
My friend, her son's a lawyer, but my son, his bleep don't stink, so...
That's better than being a lawyer.
Mom, what is Burberry?
Hey, did you ever hear from Michelob Ultra?
I got it.
So I'm training for this big role. Doc, Michelob Ultra commercial.
I'm his spokesman. I'm Captain Michelob.
I like beer. So sorry.
This is yours, and relax. You gotta be fit. You gotta love Michelob Ultra. It's not like anyone else can do this.
Dave,
Pardon?
what is your name?
Chris Pratt?
Over there, bud. Thanks. Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by the all-new Ram 1500, built to serve. By Budweiser, bring the Clydesdales to your party. Search hashtag ClydesdaleCan. By Skyscraper, starring Dwayne Johnson in theaters July 13th. And by Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling.
Some of the Super Bowl rings. Most NFL championships, quarterback head coach duo Brady and Belichick have won 5. We go back to Bart Starr and Vince Lombardi. This includes the pre-Super Bowl era when they played for the NFL championship. They had 5. Elliott to kick off. Eagles up. Ryan Cousins. And Lewis will down it in the end zone. So you can visit NFLShop.com after the game for the largest selection of Super Bowl 52 championship gear at the official store of the NFL, NFLShop.com. Well, we recognize J-Lo and A-Rod taking in the action. Mike Trout, the great California Angel, huge Eagle fan, goes to all their games. There he is. You know you're a fan when you're standing up the whole game. Wow. From the 25-yard line, the back is Burkhead. Double And then Burkhead makes the catch, and Rex Burkhead. There's a block from Amendola out in front, but getting him from behind is Corey Graham. So they put Burkhead in the game, and right off the bat, he's good for 47.
A lot of pressure around Tom Brady, but just enough distraction. Just as that defense thought they were going to get number 12, he flips it out, and another big play down the field.
29, play action. Brady under pressure, and the floppy pass is incomplete. You know, it was Burkhead, as we take a look at the replay. It was Burkhead who makes the catch here. He was the guy that collided with Brady 17 days ago, which caused the massive cut. We asked Brady about that the other day. We said, what was your first thought? He said, my season is over.
And Burkhead probably thought his career was over.
Right. Second down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Danny Amendola, he gets stuck before he can get untrapped. Making it third down and 8.
Now, they've worked this play a couple of times, and they whistled it right past the ear hole of Vinny Curry twice. He might end up intercepting one. You can see Brady didn't have the laces. That is the second one he has barely missed. They're trying to slow down this pass rush. These hits are starting to pile up just a bit on Tom Brady.
Went 5-1. Right comes into the backfield. Third and 8. And Amendola comes into the backfield. And the pass goes nowhere. So a lot of action, a lot of movement. Nothing. Fourth and 8.
I mean, these are screen passes that they can't get off. Chris Long comes flying around the end there, and for Josh McDaniels, he has to think, well, I knew these guys were going to be pretty good coming after my quarterback, but I didn't think it'd get to the point where we couldn't run a screen pass. There he was, making the play on the outside against James White, had to throw it away.
Now a 45-yard attempt. Laskowski. This time the snap is good. Hold is perfect. And the kick is likewise. Halfway through the second quarter, it's Philadelphia 15. New England State in Super Bowl 52. Back with the score of 15-6, and we're talking about New England perfect season one away. Back with the score of 15-6, and we're talking about New England perfect season one away on opening night. They still wound up with a mark of 13-3. Tom Brady going over things with McDaniels, and we go to Michelle.
Well, Brandon Cooks, the Patriots wide receiver who took that hard hit from Malcolm to the locker room, Al, he will not return. They are calling it a head injury. They haven't called it a concussion, just a head injury. Back in the locker room, will not return, Al.
So they're down to 3 wide receivers. You know, Chris, we were talking about how New England's season started, but they rebounded. You look at Philadelphia's season. I mean, they were 7-9 last year. They started out the house on fire. They were number one in a lot of the power polls until they went to Los Angeles and lost Carson Wentz in December.
Yeah, and to be fair, we saw a couple of games out of Nick Foles, and then at the end of the season, 2 very poor games. And then it was Doug Peterson and Frank Reich, both of whom had been backup quarterbacks for extended periods of their careers, going back, having that extra week, and taking a good long look at what it was that Nick Foles did in 2013 with Chip Kelly that was so successful. They incorporated some of that, and then by the time the playoffs started, he was rolling.
So Frank Reich walked through 2 of the greatest comebacks in football history, one in the Comets in Maryland, and of course one with the Buffalo Bills against the then Houston Oilers.
A little surprised he didn't get some action in the head coaching derby.
Sooner or later. Laskowski's kick. 52 yards into the So let's look at the quarterbacks to this point in the game. 143 yards off the hand of Foles and 191 already for Tom Brady.
You know what's the most bizarre stat not shown there? Maybe the biggest play, one drop by Tom Brady.
By Brady.
Go figure.
So the pass from Amendola. Brian Hoyer, his backup quarterback. Going over the tackle with him. So here is Foles. Almost quit after he was released by the Rams. Went on a camping trip with his brother-in-law and said when he was going to come back, there's only one guy he was going to play for, Andy Reid. And Reid brought him to Kansas City last year and backed up Alex Smith. From the 25-yard line. And movement hurts. Second time for him.
Offense number 86, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, he took him from the 2-yard line to the 7-yard line on the other false start.
Yeah, that one took probably 4 points off the board there with that one. But believe me, Zach Ertz and these inside receivers, I keep thinking this is going to be an inside game throwing the ball. The other one, Nelson Aguilar, inside as well.
First and 15, Clement. Picks up one. Clement getting an opportunity to play a lot this season when they lost Darren Sproles to a season-ending injury in week 3, undrafted rookie out of Wisconsin. He's done a great job.
Well, I don't know how many times we've done this with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but James Harrison, you want somebody to set the edge on your defense, and of course that's the very fundamental part of Bill Belichick's defenses. Who better than that guy? He is a hammer. I see him lift weight sometime.
Second and 14. Harrison, 39 years old, and says he's still playing next year. Foles gets it away. Caught. It's Torrey Smith. Spins his way up to the 31-yard line. Tackled there by Gilmore. That makes it 3rd down and 3.
I love what Nick Foles is doing. Sees the blitz behind it. If you see the blitz coming, just throw it right over his head. There he is. Nice pickup. Nick Foles is seeing the field.
Mm-hmm. 3rd down call is 4. 6 minutes to go in the opening half. Ajayi on the inside. Handoff. Look at him go. Jay Ajayi to the 40-yard line. Lee goes down there. Tons of yardage. He and Blunt both. Massive amounts of yardage after contact. Case in point there.
3rd and 4. How many times do you see? Here's Wisniewski right here, but also on the outside we had Nelson Aguilar with a great block. But how many times, Al, have we seen this year Doug Peterson on 3rd and 4? It's a pass down for everybody in the league. Pick up big plays running the football like he just did.
He's got those 2 backs. Number 44 on 1st down. Bowles going deep down the sideline. And it is shuttled and intercepted by Harmon at the 3-yard line. Jeffrey couldn't handle it. And New England gets the takeaway on deflection into the arms of Harmon. First turnover of the game. He couldn't one-hand it. New England has the ball.
You are an important person, a unique creature. There has never been anyone just like you, and never will be. The power to do anything you can imagine lives within you when you discover your real self.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who
greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know the theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. Soul generated by love.
Two college roommates from South Carolina going at it on that last play. Stephon Gilmore finally got his shot against Alshon Jeffrey. Good coverage, but Jeffrey really is the one that's going to flip it back to the middle of the field to Javon Harmon, who led this team with 4 interceptions, career high for him. But watch the tail end of this. Got it maybe, and then just flips it back to the middle of the field. And Harmon said, "Thank you very much." Exactly what the Patriots needed.
They start this drive from their own 10-yard line.
I think the Patriots lost. Wait, no, they didn't.
Lewis is the running back.
It's 15-6. New England 6. Philadelphia
Hendricks,
15.
Michelle.
Well, I spoke with both Alshon Jeffrey and Stephon Gilmore before the game. You know, Jeffrey was Gilmore's a groomsman in his wedding. They each talked about the fun they had in college competing. But this is their first meeting as pros, and Jeffrey told me their battle tonight would be a good one, but he said it's been a long time since college, and I'm pretty sure he got better just like I got better, Al.
No question, Jeffrey. Already off to a good start with a touchdown and 3 catches for 73. Second down now and 6 from the 14-yard line. Brady over the middle, and that's dropped at the 19-yard line. Incomplete. Gronkowski could not handle it. Gronkowski's caught 1 tonight for 9 yards. That's it.
Yeah, this has been a little bit of an unusual game, and I think that right now the Patriots have to reconsider a little bit what they're doing. Gronkowski needs more, and I think these backs need a little more action coming out of the backfield. James White's going to come out wide, but once again, Malcolm Jenkins on him. Maybe not quite the matchup that Brady liked with Jenkins.
3rd and 6. Fired. That's incomplete. Flag comes in, though. Chris Hogan with Jalen Mills on the coverage. First flag on a pass play.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 31. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Here's the matchup right inside there, going across. Let's take a look and see if Mills hooks that hip and turns him. That's what they're going to call, I believe.
There's the hold.
Yeah, choke on push.
That's a first down after a 3rd and 6. And scooting up to the 25-yard line goes Dion Lewis. He was the leading rusher this year with 896 yards. 2nd and 5.
Well, we've talked about him before, but Fletcher Cox, just one of the real stars in the National Football League. And the thing, Al, that I appreciate more than anything about him, he's not just a pass rusher. That guy has a way of finding the ball carrier, devastating initial punch, and then finds the ball carrier.
To the outside, picking up the first down. Up to the 32 goes Dion Lewis. Devlin with a block. Yeah, there's a reason why Cox is the highest paid guy on the team. You don't see that very often for an interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, we've got a few good ones around the league. Aaron Donald named the Defensive Player of the Year, right? And this guy is pretty much right there behind him. We haven't seen a ton from Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is the leading sacker on this team and a guy that gets a lot of pressure as well. This defensive line now, these are some of the moments they need to win the battle.
Brandon 9 sacks during the regular season, but there he was on the sideline. First down now. Play clock at 1. Brady with good protection, throws into traffic, and that's incomplete. Well covered. Ron McLeod on Gronkowski to make it 2nd down and 10.
Interesting. That was sort of a bang-bang play right at the top end of that route. Let's watch McLeod come down say he's going for the ball. There have been a few like that. It is always so difficult. They are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt, not in the Super Bowl.
White is the back on second and 10. He stays in the block. Brady going deep down the right side for Hogan. Rolls it in at the 25-yard line. Got past Jalen Mills. Another big play for Hogan.
Anytime the Patriots want to go down the field, they're going to chip with these guys on the outside to buy Brady a little more time. And I've been waiting for this one to happen because the New England Patriots knew that Jalen Mills has given up a lot of these double moves on the season. They'll hesitate and go, and now the Patriots.
I can go outside my room right now. It says New England 6, Philadelphia 15. Same last number check.
Brady's thumping 230 at this point. Big hole left side, James White. Inside the 10, takes it to the end zone. Touchdown Patriots. 26 yards, 90-yard drive, kept alive by a holding penalty. And in they go in 7 plays.
Really nice job. Anytime you get big runs, you need plays on the backside. Watch Shaq Mason here go get the linebacker. Watch Cameron Fleming with the cutoff block on Jernigan. And that is going to allow James White to get in the open field. And that guy just keeps doing it. Super Bowls, holy smokes.
That's 7 touchdowns for White in his last 4 postseason games. Extra point is no good. Go figure. We've got 2 missed extra points and a field goal. And with 2:04, it's 15-12. Once again, go back to the snap. Good. Hold looked pretty good.
Looked like there was a little bobble on the tail end of that hold and maybe just a half a, oh boy. You know, and when something goes wrong early, kind of gets in your head a little bit, and now you have to wonder, should this thing come down? See that little readjust right in the last second? But now you start to think, boy, this looks like it's going to be one of those back and forth close games that the Patriots always seem to play. So now confident they are kicking those field goals now.
4 seconds from the 2-minute warning. 15-12. Lemon and Varner. This time it is Varner. And Varner with a nice run back when he gets popped by Gostowski. Decker knocks him down. 2-minute warning. Eagles by 3.
That's not a knife. That's a knife. That's me.
Whatever.
You're all there, mate? Just getting a clean shave with my machete. See you next week, Barry.
Not a lot of crooks out here, huh?
37,000 miles, pristine beach, mate. Do you know that Australia makes some of the finest wines in the entire world? Okay. Thank you very much. Hey, hold on. This isn't a movie. No. It's tourism ad for Australia.
Yes. But listen, you're the best Crocodile Dundee since Crocodile Dundee.
Really?
Yes, really. And we had the best trip ever, didn't we?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Hey, there are some great flight deals to Australia right now. Dude, I get it. It's not a movie, it's a commercial.
Oh dear, the very thought of some things. To wonder we sleep at all.
If we confront this monster of our own making and do our taxes with TurboTax, just answer some simple questions like, are you single? Indeed I am. Did you move? No. Still here. Under my shelves. Dead.
Oh, see, nothing to be afraid of. Intuit TurboTax.
Hey, you. Wearing guacamole.
Here's a tip for that dip. Persil Pro Clean. What is going on? Its exceptional premium clean tackles your game day stains. Boom.
Thanks, TV dude.
Don't thank me. Thank Persil.
What were in those brownies?
Persil, experience premium clean. What is that, chilling on your shirt?
We do it once. You get to help your little girl, and you get to take care of this custody thing, and I get to save my family. We don't sit back and let everything get taken away from us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery!
Hey, careful. You wanna?
Good Girls premieres February 26th on NBC.
So is this full on sale?
Stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show, featuring Justin Timberlake. Coming your way at halftime. Downtown Minneapolis, this building on the old footprint of the Metrodome. Tore that down. They played for 2 years over at the University of Minnesota Stadium. Architectural marvel built in the shape and image of a Viking ship, home of the Vikings.
Doug Peterson is getting ready to unleash right here.
And falls. Flip swung. It's caught by Hurts. Gets run out of bounds after he gains 7 yards by Jordan Richards. Second down and 3.
We've seen the Patriots play from behind a lot, right? They did against Jacksonville in the championship game, of course, the Super Bowl last year, and I think everybody in the National Football League, especially Doug Peterson, has been watching, and they know they have to play this one all the way out like they're either tied or behind, and they will be firing here.
Second down and 3. Holds to this side. Holding 47-yard line, but incomplete. Didn't get to the ground with it. Torrey Smith couldn't complete the process. Eric Rowe with the coverage. Makes it third down and 3.
Why you keep playing. Watch Rowe here. Just keep fighting and keep fighting as he's going to the ground. The ball comes out. It's a good call. At least under the old rules. We'll see what the new rules are going to be.
Who knows?
That's a big drop, though.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been the first down.
And they don't want to give New England the ball back and have them go down the field. New England's going to get the second half kickoff as well. Third and 3. And then it's floated and caught down the sideline by Clement. Corey Clement breaks the tackle inside the 20. Makes it first down and goal. A little floater. Perfect touch. Corey Clement for 55 yards.
Jordan Richards, overly aggressive, gets hit with the swing route right there. They're going to try and pick inside. Didn't have to, but you could tell that Richards felt like with that possible pick coming, he had to loop underneath, and that's what created the opening out there for Clement.
Harmon could not make the tackle. He got step-armed. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Look at that. Over 600 total yards in the game. Under a minute. Through the middle. Still on his feet. Clement. Well, he's the third down back, but he's going to pull here at second down and goal. Brady. Belichick. Timeout is taken here.
Yeah, this is a stuff. This is a stuff. They should have had this for about a 2-yard gain, but Clement just kept driving, and he is really making a statement so far in this game. He got a lot of practice time this week because of the ankle injury to Jay Ajayi, and he's been sensational. He really has come on here at the end of the season.
The timeout was taken by New England, trying to conserve some time if they could get the ball back and limit maybe to a field goal. Second down and goal.
Well, you know what the Patriots love, those double ups, right? Get the ball at the end of the half and then be able to take advantage. And certainly they hurt Jacksonville with that score at the end of the half in the championship game. Now they've got the full house backfield going, but I think they shift.
Check this out, at least for the moment. A lot of shift.
Yeah, but Aguilar's still in the backfield.
Clement playing the role of fullback. He's going to get to the 1 yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal, and another timeout is taken here by New England. So the halftime report coming up. Guys, break down the first half. See what each team needs to do in the second half. Coming up at the half. And this, of course, to Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I was going to say, as much as everybody wants to hear what they have to say, they might be hanging around for Justin Timberlake. And what you're going to do at halftime.
No, there's no
the challenge, hashtag Al Michaels.
I can see.
Shake your booties. No, you're not going for it?
Justin's still in there. It's all good. Doesn't go with spinal stenosis.
Right here.
3rd down and goal from the 1.
New England 15-12.
Watch the picks.
And Jeffrey gets taken down in the end zone by Blumen. And no flag. So 4th and goal.
Right there, just one-on-one on the outside. I don't think there's enough action there. Looked a little bit more like Jeffrey was just falling back for the ball. Peterson wanted a call and did not get it. Are they really going to go for
Well,
this?
they're lining up to go for it anyway. From the 1 yard line with 38 seconds.
Whoa, baby.
He's a gambler.
And they're good at 2 points per play they really like.
Philadelphia. 30-second timeout.
Taking a look at how the Patriots were lining up 17 4th down conversions. It's the most by any team in almost a decade, 1 for 1 in the 2 playoff games. What a job he has done. Long-time backup. Dan Marino is in front of him in Miami, and then for many years, Brett Favre on Andy Reid's staff when he got into coaching in the NFL. A decade ago, he's coaching high school in Louisiana.
This is an unbelievable call. This is like going for the onside kick against Peyton Manning because you don't want him to get the ball too many times. You don't think you can hold him out. And here we go. This could decide the game.
4th and goal. They're going to snap it, and it's Bulls touchdown. How do you figure? They go to the very, very, very back of the playbook for the touchdown.
Trey Burton. And watch all the action. Bowles is going to sneak over here. Direct snap. Everybody comes up. And here we go. What a play call by Doug Peterson. This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time greats. Just going for it and to complete the pass that the Patriots could not.
Wow. To Burton, to Bowles, Elliott for the extra point.
Wow.
34 seconds.
What a call.
Let's do Staley, longtime running back coach.
Here we go. They got all these signals. Shotgun, he would not have been eligible, but for the fact he was in the shotgun, not under center. And there's the old basketball player. They talked about Nick Foles. He's more comfortable playing quarterback like a point guard, and here he is receiving the pass that is going to be shown a billion times.
There's Mike Trout from the California Angels, the LA Angels of Anaheim. You know, Chris, we started out by talking about, as you look at Patricia on the other side, about Doug Peterson. He's going to be aggressive. That's as aggressive as you could possibly be. You go for him on 4th down with the all-time trick play.
One of the all-time gutsy calls right there. You don't make that, give it back to Brady right there. That would second guess forever. What a call.
Down in the end zone here. So The Patriots are going to get it to 34 seconds, trying to at least to get into field goal range. One timeout. So the pass to Brady did not work. The pass to Foles did.
We saw it. They had their own trick play, set it up perfectly, had Brady wide open, could not make the play, and on the other end, much younger, Nick Foles did. Breathtaking. That's breathtaking. In a Super Bowl, that's a breathtaking call.
323 yards in the first half for Philadelphia. So Brady, when he's in the time to try to get him down the field. Protection is outstanding. Feet down the field into double coverage and incomplete. Intended for Danny Amendola. You had Mills back there with Corey Graham. That took 7 seconds off the clock, second down.
Anytime, if you're going to take away Gronkowski, you have to take away this seam route. Look at all the action out here, and I think it's making Brady crazy. This is their go-to play when you're talking about Gronkowski, and yet they have been right underneath it all night long. Good play there by Amendola just to break up the interception.
Brady hitting only 50%, 10 to 20, but for 234. And he fires, and that's going to be hauled in at the 45-yard line. Philip Dorsett makes his first catch, and New England will take its final timeout with 20 seconds.
Well, you have to remember now what the loss of Brandon Cooks is going to mean to this team. Paul's over there enjoying that little play. But you've got Brandon Cooks, who was the best deep threat, had the most yards of any deep threat in the National Football League over the last 2 years. And they made the deal to bring in Philip Dorsett to this team. He's a very similar player, but doesn't have anywhere close to the skill set or the experience that Brandon Cooks has.
They'll have to play the whole second half, the rest of the game without Cooks. He's gone. They played the entire second half against Jacksonville 2 weeks ago without Gronkowski and still pulled it out. First down. Brady under pressure, gets jostled. Now he's going to take off. Can't get to the sideline. Tackled in by Brandon Graham. Michigan against Michigan. They got to race up to the line and maybe spike it and then throw a Hail Mary. The clock is now down to 5, 4, and he just spikes it there. Too far, of course, for a field goal. One last probable Hail Mary with 3 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had Chris Hogan all the way down the field there, and he had to hustle all the way back. And being short at wide receiver, maybe they didn't have the natural substitution pattern that they might have had to leave a little more time on that clock. We see all the trick plays coming out here. I don't know what we're going to get here, but we'll see.
Remember, a defensive foul would extend the hand.
Yeah, Doug Peterson wanted to talk about it. He knew something strange was coming. Boy, what a first half.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fantastic. Very entertaining.
Just fantastic.
I mean, all of the talk before the game and everybody's, yakking away and the stories and all of that. Who could have predicted this?
We have seen the underdog Philadelphia Eagles all season long. That little chip on their shoulder, wearing the dog mask. They have worn that well. Patriots came in, they were awfully confident about this game, but it has been the big plays that have really eluded the Patriots just a bit, and the Eagles have made them, and that's been the difference.
Well, they relished that underdog role. They were the 1 seed, and they were an underdog to the 6th Atlanta in the divisional playoff. Half ends here, barring a defensive foul. And New England will get the ball to start the second half. Take it out here to Danny Amendola. And that will take us to halftime. 276 passing yards for Brady in the half. 215 for Foles. The Philadelphia Eagles trying to win for the first time ever. Trying to win the big game for the first time ever. Belichick back to the locker room to begin to make his adjustments, which he makes all game long.
And he's pretty good at halftime, too.
I'll say.
28-3 last time around, they came back and won. 10-point deficit, nothing.
Let's go to Michelle.
All right, with Coach Doug Peterson, 4th and goal from the 1. You call a play that results in a touchdown pass to Foles. What inspired the decision to go for it with that call?
Well, we had just gone all the way down the field, and I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to let our offense be stopped on the 1-yard line. It's a play we've been working on. Our guys executed regularly.
No lead is safe against Tom Brady. What's your message to your team at halftime?
We got 30 minutes of football. We got to refuel. We got to recharge, and we got to play for another 30 minutes. They're too good on that side of the field. And the message is we got to play for another 30 minutes.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Al?
Michelle. Well, Sean McVay won the honor, but Doug Peterson, I'm sure, came close in the Coach of the Year balloting. Stay tuned. Music's biggest moment of the year, Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show featuring Justin Timberlake. But next, Toyota halftime report with Dave, Tony, Rodney, and John Harbaugh. Super Bowl 52 halftime.
One more half left, man. You get that ring, bro. I'm gonna get 9 next. I got 3 weeks though. All season. What's that? There ain't no off-season. Football is stuff we've been out here the whole time. This is my halftime show. For real. Good luck stop me next year. Hey, I'll take that. Watch me.
All right, Cincinnati, you've got plans. You've got things to do. And we all know Cincinnati weather can't make up its mind. Well, here's a little research for you. Each year, only one weather team in Cincinnati is certified most accurate. And for the 7th year in a row, WLWT got it right more than any other weather team in Cincinnati. Hands down. So from sunny to severe to weather that's just inconvenient, this is Cincinnati's most accurate forecast. This is WLWT weather.
You can do it. I'm right here.
Hey, Mr. Cole, I'm right here.
Thank you.
I'm right here.
I'm right here, buddy. You got this. I'm right here.
Sometimes all you need to hear are these 3 words.
I'm right here.
To know that someone truly cares for you. At St. Elizabeth, we take this idea to heart because your care is very personal to us. It's the reason we provide everything from simple checkups to the most advanced procedures, and why we're committed to being right here for you every step of your journey.
I'm right here.
St. Elizabeth, the right care, right here.
That's a kangaroo. If you see the really body, because that's the other tail, we believe in fun.
What you need to know the minute you're on weekday mornings.
You know, like patty cake, or like tetherball. Pretty good tetherball. I think maybe like I'm tossing a pizza at it, you know.
Welcome to the Time Report. Toyota, proud partner of Team USA.
What a great time for your first career reception. Nick Foles and the Eagles leading the Patriots 22-12 at halftime. Foles has thrown for 215 yards if you're into numerology. 215 being the Philadelphia area code. We welcome to this side. Justin Timberlake coming up. Rodney Harrison and the Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. We talked about Foles. You spent time with the Eagles, and you said Doug Peterson was not going to baby him. He was going to let him go.
And he did let him go. John Harbaugh said in the pregame he was going to have to throw from the pocket, and he did. He made plays, but his coach had faith in him and dialed those plays up.
Coach, I'm looking at the Eagles defense, and they just all over Tom Brady. And one thing I know about Tom, as great as he is, once he gets hit, he turns into an average quarterback.
Both these teams have to keep going this pressure because it doesn't seem like anybody can cover anybody out there. Receivers are open all over the field.
And Doug Peterson told me in Philadelphia last week he was not kicking field goals. He was going for it on 4th down. This was a big call.
The Patriots made some moves here. Did they make enough? They got 350 yards of offense.
We saw the screen pass against Tennessee in the pregame show. It's just a Burkhead this time. Huge play in the screen pass to slow down the rush.
Belichick, his adjustment was run the football, slow down that pass rush, and keep those guys honest. I think they come back in the second half and continue to run.
And John said there were guys open for New England. They had to figure out a way to slow that pass rush down.
Both teams combining for almost 600, almost 700 yards of offense.
Wow.
Brandon Cooks out for the second half with a head injury. Justin Timberlake is coming up. More on the game as well. But first, Toyota reminds us when we're all one team, we can't lose.
That is a great question. I gotta go. Long story short, you're probably fine. Sorry, man.
No worries, we're not late.
Let's go.
Where am I going? What's going on? Seatbelt?
Seriously? Can I change the music?
No. There he is.
Nice shoes. And those are cool. Let's do it. Come on.
See what happens when you're late? Already there.
It actually wasn't my fault. Oh, good. Yeah, well, come on.
It's on a commercial right now.
Patriots get the ball to start the second half. They trail by 10. Nick Foles caught his pass. Tom Brady did not.
Yes, who would have thought the difference would be Nick Foles outplaying Tom Brady as a receiver?
Second half. First, we've been waiting. Justin
It's
Timberlake
22-12.
walking into the building. Enjoy halftime.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota, proud partner of Team USA.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank. And his father drank before he met your grandmother. This is the Pepsi for this model. And his mom. Hi, Cindy. Oh, hi, Brittany. This is the Pepsi that's back from the future. And back for one last ride. This is the first Pepsi on the moon. And this is the Pepsi for moonwalkers. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
And this is the Pepsi that brings you the Pepsi Superbowl halftime show. Don't get it, Justin!
The National Football League welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Tennessee Kids, and it goes like this. Them other guys, I think it's pressure in my side. Yeah, so turn around Pretty babe, baby, I'm not afraid. I'll let you with me when we behave. You know I make me feel that way. Let me hear you to the chorus. Come to the back. VIP. Come on and let me see what you're twerking with. Minneapolis. How we feeling over here? Let me hear you see the hook one time and it goes like I can say yes, smoking on a big top. all through my city, all through my home. Flying up, no seeing when we ain't got no color. 'Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that kiss on my feet, got that hot breath in my body. It's dropping. I can't take my eyes off it. And so phenomenally, more like the way you rock it. So stop, stop. Let me hear you, Minneapolis! Thank you! Thank you, Minneapolis! Superbowl Southeast.
The National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show.
Thank you for watching this presentation of NFL Network.
While we watch tonight, let's remember the first responders who keep us safe every day. Join me, Justin Timberlake, and Verizon in thanking first responders at allourthanks.com.
United, there is little we cannot do to assure the survival of liberty.
Good, Ryan.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
It will not be easy.
Said the Joker to defeat.
We will face challenges.
And even in the toughest times, we lift our eyes to the broad horizon ahead.
Let's not forget that freedom is more powerful than fear.
Future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave.
Quincy Fire Department, Lieutenant Ray speaking.
My name is Patricia. About 4 years ago, a fire broke out in my apartment building, and you were the first responder who was able to pull me up out of it.
Oh my God, you kind of caught me off guard here.
Deputy Joseph speaking.
Hi, I don't know if you remember me, but my kids remember you.
You guys did an incredible job. I was surrounded by angels.
It's definitely an honor to hear your voice.
Deep in my heart, I love you guys for what you do. I could see it in your face, like, he is not giving up for me. He's not giving up for me. And I appreciate that.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited. Welcome back to another tight end.
Point Asa Yuri Boyna, the winner of this year's NFL Play 60 Super Bowl contest presented by Danimals, brought up the game ball tonight. NFL Play 60 is the league's program, encouraging kids to be active for 60 minutes a day. Patriots trailed by 18 in last year's Super Bowl. They trailed by 10. This is the first game in NFL history to go to halftime with a score 22-12. New England gets the ball to start the second half. Enjoy.
Ain't nothing like support for some Let me tell you something about champions. They don't just show up on game day. They show up every day. They come to fight, play through the pain. They tackle each moment as though someone's life depended on it. In the darkest moments, that's when champions shine the brightest. Let me tell you something about champions. They don't just show up on game day. They show up every day.
Think of some things that make home feel like home. Is it a zip code, your street, the plot of land that you own? Or maybe the source of that at-home sensation is not just your geographic location.
There are neighbors around you who help you to see
That you are exactly where you're meant to be.
families and friends whom you've come to know well.
And some of us work at Cincinnati Bell. We like the same restaurants and bars that you do.
We love the same sports teams, schools, and parks too. Our views are your views, and your views are ours.
Speaking of sharing, can we borrow some flour?
Neighbors are awesome, and we're proud to be yours. Helping and serving is what neighbors are for.
And speaking of service, while we're on that topic, our network is powered by future-proof Optics. So when it comes to providers, we're certain you'll find the speed of our fiber will blow your neighborly mind.
For the fastest and best, choose Optics from Bell.
As your neighbor, you know we'll treat you quite well.
Community.
Reliability, connection.
Speed. It's in our fiber.
Cincinnati Bell, the fastest, most reliable, most neighborly provider there is.
WLWT weather. Cincinnati's certified most accurate.
Major Thumb War game. And 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare Thumb War. Like each time you score, whoever won that one, it's like round robin maybe. Thumb War. That'd be awesome.
Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by the Amazon Fire TV with Alexa.
Going for it all into the end zone. Caught. Alshon Jeffrey for the touchdown. Great catch over the shoulder.
Big play there.
Swings to the outside. Blunt to the end zone.
For LeGarrette Blunt, how sweet is this payback?
Big hole left side. James White. Inside the 10. Takes it to the end zone. Trey Burton who throws caught. Bowles. Touchdown. About as entertaining a first half as you can possibly see. 22-12, Philadelphia on top at the break. First Super Bowl, both teams each gained 300 or more yards in the first half. Foles and Brady, first Super Bowl each quarterback, passing for 200 or more in the first half. Foles, the first ever in 52 Super Bowls, first ever quarterback to catch a touchdown pass. 9 different players with a rush or a catch of 20-plus yards. Plenty of offense, 673 yards worth of offense against one team that was number 4 in defensive scoring and the other team number 5.
It's not showing up the score right now.
We're just warming up, Val.
Here we go. Second half in Minneapolis.
It
Underway.
is 22-12.
Lewis, we go to Michelle.
Well, I got a chance to speak with Bill Belichick. I asked him why he did not start Malcolm Butler and why Butler's not playing on defense. And he said, I made the decisions that give us the best chance to win. And as far as trying to stop their run, he said, we got to do better in all phases, Al.
All right. A little bit more semantic samba there, right, from Bill? What else is there?
That was about what we expected.
Of course. Thank you, Michelle. From the 25-yard line. Brady begins this drive. Tom, 12 of 23. Play action. Myers and Erickson. Intended for Gronkowski. Can't connect with him. Gronkowski tonight, 1 catch for 9 yards. Period.
Brady's missing these throws. This is wide open. Here's the seam against the single safety look. This is their bread and butter. This is Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. 25 throws out of 25. They're going to hit that. And we have seen tonight Tom Brady miss some of these throws. I don't know if his hand's an issue, but he has missed some throws tonight.
Playing without that tape tonight. White is the back again. Cooks out of the game. Head injury. Lost in the first half. Brady stepping up. Avoids the pressure. Throws it. This time it is caught by Gronkowski. He gets free. First down. Graham with the tackle. 25 yards.
Take a look at Rob Gronkowski in the first half. He's had plenty of opportunities and just not been able to come up with some of those trademark big plays. That last one thrown a bit behind. That was a back shoulder. But it has been the Eagles defense that has continued to make big plays.
Make the inside handoff. Brady throws, and that's Gronkowski. So back to him. After that 1 catch in the first half, he's caught 2 in a row. Graham makes the tackle, and that's good for 24.
If at first you don't succeed, it's the exact same play. Exact same play. And if you think they're going to call Gronkowski on that little nudge, forget about it.
325 passing yards for Brady. White slicing through over the left side to the 23-yard line.
You know, it's so interesting. Doug Peterson probably looked at the scoreboard. Looks like everybody's okay getting up. Probably looked at the scoreboard when he made that decision to go for it on 4th and 1 down there and said, with the way these guys start the second half, I'm going to be behind by the time I get the ball back. So he went for it. I still can't get over that. That was so bold.
Let's see a call as you'll see. But Doug's been doing that a good part of the season. Second down and 6. Brady with protection again. And throws that one out of bounds. Intended for Devlin, the fullback, incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
That was nice on the outside there by Malcolm Jenkins. They've been setting that play up with James White blanked out wide. He's going to fake like he's going to go in for the pick. Jenkins did not fall for it. So far, the decision by Jim Schwartz to take Malcolm Jenkins out there on James White has been paying dividends.
And Gronkowski split wide to the left. On 3rd and 6. Brady firing in that direction. Hits him. And Gronk gets it inside the 10. Takes Graham with him. Sets up a first down and goal.
Yeah, Brady saw the pressure that time and knew he was going to get the one-on-one coverage on the outside and took advantage. That was one of the few pressures we've seen so far out of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Opening drive of the second half. This is the second play. Breaking the tackle, taking it down to the 5-yard line goes James White. So that gets 2nd down and goal.
You know, if you're wondering about the strategy, think back to what happened to the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl last season. Of course, they wore down late and in overtime, looked exhausted. But this Philadelphia defense can go about 7 or 8 deep along that defensive line. Shouldn't happen to this bunch.
One-man rush, and then it's caught. Gronkowski for the touchdown. So he goes from a solid night to a big drive here and gets in for the score.
Now they're starting to get the combination going. He's going to fake outside, come back inside. Darby's going to slip just a bit, but now the combination. You go back to that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers when everything was on the line. And what did Tom Brady do? He just went after Gronkowski almost every single play.
Gronkowski for the extra point. So Gronkowski catches 4 passes on that drive. They quickly go 75 and turn it into a 3-point game in Minneapolis.
I'm so cute.
Well done, my king.
It's my hybrid.
Of course, big brother. But you have to hurry.
Experience luxury performance that takes the crown. Presenting the all-new Lexus LS 500. Long live the king.
Beautiful. Like a tie-dye.
Sarah? Sarah?
It's a tie-dye. I'll be right there.
Now, the storm is affecting thousands of families, people still in desperate need of aid.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
It's pretty simple. TurboTax and QuickBooks help save you time. So we thought an ad from Intuit, the makers of TurboTax and QuickBooks, should do the same. Because time is money. Enjoy the game.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by Budweiser. Join the team that enjoys responsibly and drink wiser. By the Kia Stinger, fueled by you. By T-Mobile, the Un-carrier, changing wireless for good. And by Tide. And Tide, and Tide, and Tide.
Most championships by player Herb Adderley, 6 with the Packers and Cowboys. Fuzzy Thurston won 6 with the Colts and the Packers. Most Super Bowls won by a player, Brady with his 5. And then Haley with the 49ers and the Cowboys won 5. Tom trying to break that tie tonight. Took New England 2 minutes and 45 seconds to turn it into a 3-point game. This is Barner. Kenyon Barner with a flag from Barner, a guy whose cousin is the mayor of St. Paul. Team's territory. Only 1 penalty against New England tonight, 4 against Philadelphia.
On the return, leave a block in the back. Return team number 54. Head-on penalty, first down, Philadelphia.
So far, the difference in this game has been the trick plays going to the quarterbacks. First of all, Tom Brady with the short, couldn't quite get there, and then Nick Foles making the biggest play so far this season. And so far in this game, we have seen more passes to quarterbacks than punts.
We have only 1 punt in the game by Jones of the Eagles. This drive begins now with Blunt, forcing his way through the middle for gain of 3. Up to the 18-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and you really get the feeling that the difference in this game could still be the play of this offensive line. The Philadelphia Eagles had a great first half running the football, and those big guys up front are as good as they can be. I think arguably the best in football.
No sacks in the game. Ball out of downfield, fires, and it's dropped. Nelson Aguilar going into the kicking net. Covered there by Harmon. Incomplete, making it 3rd down and 6.
Well, that was one of those take your breath away kind of throws right there out of Nick Foles. You think he's confident? Look at this tiny little window. There's people all over this throw. Should have had it.
3rd and 6. Blount comes into the backfield. They swing him out. Pass goes up to the 23-yard line. Aguilar breaks away and picks up the 1st down. And plenty more. Got away from Johnson Batamosi for a gain of 16 yards.
And it did not look like he was going to pick it up. Batamosi right here is in perfect position. He makes the tackle. They're off the field. He misses the tackle. Game on. Big miss. Missing tackles in the open field on 3rd down are absolute killers.
Seen a couple tonight. Aguilar 4 catches, 30 yards. Blunt turns it back upfield. Taken down by Lawrence Sky after a game close to 5.
Yeah, you have all kinds of people on the outside. Remember Kyle Vallinoy in the beginning of the game? Now they put this extra offensive lineman in there. Let's go get an extra big body on him. You know you're going to have to work the edges of this New England Patriots defense. Now a few extra big guys in there to try to get that done.
Blunt stays in. He and Ajayi have each carried 6 times tonight. Blunt again. Pulls his way through. Breaking tackles again. Takes the ball into Patriot territory to the 48-yard line. Malcolm Brown makes a tackle. 1st down.
Got to be able to handle the nose tackle. Here it is. Jason Kelsey going up against Malcolm Brown, their best along that defensive line. And I've got to think that something is going on with Jay Ajayi. He had the ankle issue this week, missed a bunch, but he is back in there now.
Here he is. 6 carries for 41 yards for him. Lines up deep in the backfield. Fake toss to him. Ball fires low, incomplete. Smith, the intended receiver. Chung covering. 2nd down and 10. Butler still on the bench. One of the stories, and again, it was a coach's decision. Bill Belichick telling Michelle, hey, we put the players in, we think it best win the game for us. Go figure. The big hero 3 years ago with the interception of Russell Wilson, only playing special teams tonight.
But also, remember, he came off the bench to make that play in that game.
Yes, he did. 2nd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Ajayi swings to the outside, starts to stumble, keeps his balance, takes the ball to the 40-yard line. The former Dolphin setting up a 3rd down and 1 for Philly. And Chung is down. Patrick Chung on his knee. That's territory calls for the training staff.
Patrick Chung, one of the toughest guys on this Patriots defense. But let's take a look at Jay Ajayi. He has one of the great jump cuts, and then he just finishes runs. He has just been violent at the end of runs. It has been something to watch this team since he's come over, what he's been able to do. But this is a big, big loss right now for the New England Patriots.
Chung out, got popped. Wisniewski also limped off. Isaac Seumalo goes into play left guard, so you're missing Philadelphia as their starting left guard. Chung is out. Jordan Richards comes in to spell him, 37 for the Patriots, and it's 3rd down and 1. Seumalo's the extra lineman. Chance Warmack now comes in at left guard.
And right now they have Stephon Gilmore, instead of playing his side, is now traveling everywhere with Alshon Jeffrey.
3rd and 1. Fake to Blunt. Bowles fires down the sideline. Caught 1st down. Zach Ertz. Having a nice night. Leading receiver on the team this year. Gain of 14. He's caught 4 for 47.
Play fake it, hit the swing. Doug Peterson is unbelievable. You know, every once in a while, you see somebody for the first time in a big moment, and you wonder, okay, he's been bold all year. Is he going to continue to play that way? If anything, Peterson's ramped it up a little bit more.
Yeah, Patricia, that familiar red pullover. He's the coach of the Pistons within 48 hours. Lions, of course.
That would make news.
That would make a lot of news. LeGarrette Blount to the 22-yard line. They get season tickets to the Pistons, I'm sure.
Well, he's hoping to solve this thing because young Nick Foles, the story all week and the story since the injury to Carson Wentz is, could he hold up? Emotionally, could he play against Tom Brady? This has been some showing by him so far in this one.
So Wentz on the sideline. He hopefully back to the start of training camp after the knee injury. Second down and 6. Trips to the right. Foles dancing around and throws that one out of bounds. Trey Burton, the nearest to it, 3rd and 6. Remember how, morose the entire city of Philadelphia was. They won a huge game against the Rams, but they lose the guy who might have been the MVP. Nobody really knows what Foles can do. Played well the next week against the Giants. Not so well the next 2 games, but very well against Atlanta and terrific against Minnesota.
He's played in 3 playoff games, this being his 4th, and he has been tremendous in all of them. Doesn't turn the ball over. Put the kiss of death on him. Let me go shut up, man.
3rd down and 6. The line does a good job. The pass into the end zone, and it is Corey Clement. Yes, touchdown. Two officials check with each other back to the end zone. 22 yards on what was a 3rd down and 6.
Straight down the field. That's Marquise Flowers, a 4-5 sprinter out there on him. And how many times, Al, do we come into the Super Bowl and we say, who is it? Who's the unknown?
Take a look here. Starts to lose control. And then that left foot is clearly out of bounds. But did he get the left foot down first with control? Takes it through the ground. Ball begins to wobble a bit.
The previous play will be reviewed.
Can you say definitively this last step? That's out.
It's out, definitely. Under review. Back after this.
Come on. We gotta get out of here. Must go faster.
I just did.
Look at this world. This beautiful world. A world where you can be free. But this world is a lie. You're alive. We will burn it to the ground and build a new world. Our world. Sometimes we imagine things far worse than they truly are.
But we take a deep breath and we do our taxes with TurboTax. Now a CPA can review your return with you. Am I getting a maximum refund?
I checked it, ma'am. You're good to go.
See, nothing to be afraid of at all.
Hello?
Intuit TurboTax.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, we looked at that. It looks like it can go either way. He begins to lose control, but he's got to get that left foot down there. They contend that he has control here, pins it with his arm, starts to come out. Clearly, the left foot, the second time it came down, was out of bounds.
I give up.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I give up. If that ball's not loose in his arms when that last foot came down, I give up. I don't know.
Elliott for the extra point. So it stands on a 3rd and 6 play. 7:18 left in the third. 29-19 Eagles.
Can ladle soup, like board games, by myself or with other friends. I think like the big finale though. Yeah.
Oh. Where will you be when the whole world comes together? The opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics. Friday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on NBC.
And tonight's aerial coverage is being brought to you by Bud Light. Super Bowl 52, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Temperature outside hovering around 0 all day long. Nice and comfy. In U.S. Bank Stadium, its second year of existence. Home of the Minnesota Vikings.
Take what you get against the Patriots, I guess.
You bet. Kickoff is going to be brought back. Deion Lewis brings it back out to the 25-yard line. Back we go to the catch once more, Chris.
To me, here's the question. When does he gain control of the football? When does this start? Does he have control there? I would argue no. That foot steps out of bounds. Obviously, close call, tough decision, made in New York. Actually, made here in the stadium tonight.
Al River on.
I would have called that incomplete.
We've seen that called incomplete, I would say the majority of time. From the 25-yard line. Gain of 1 here for Deion Lewis. Taken down by Mills. It'll be 2nd down and 9. When Matt Patricia watching his defense, pretty much getting shredded. It's 408 yards tonight in 2.5 quarters. Giselle Bundchen, Mrs. Tom Brady, looking on, wondering if her man has another big comeback in him. Of course, that would not be Man Bites Dog news. Brady throws, and It's incomplete. Having to adjust on it was Hogan. Covered there by Corey Graham. He got a flag down. And a little conference here with James Territory. Going to hold, it appears, against the defense.
Holding. Defense. Number 95. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Michael Kendricks.
Michael Kendricks right here. Watch the grab on the top end right there, and nobody can sell it like Gronk. I mean, you see him, and, you know, he's a big, strong guy. I do think he was definitely held there. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying Gronk is the best in the NFL at selling those holds.
He'll be done an Oscar with probably a Golden Globe. Lewis through the middle.
I tell you, it's amazing to watch how fast that defense closes. And Bill Belichick says, hey, my guys that do this, watch how this looks like this is going to be one of those jump cuts to the outside, a little gap in there, and things just close so fast. Vinny Curry that time coming ripping off the edge. This Eagles defense now, they're not wearing down. It's not happening the way it did with the Atlanta Falcons. They're still on their toes and fresh.
Able to rotate 7 guys in and out. Second down and 9. Brady fires over the middle, and that is caught near midfield, taken in by Hogan. Ronald Darby makes the tackle, and that moves the chains.
Look what happens for Tom Brady when he goes to that play action. There is just nobody underneath, and he is so quick getting that football out. It's buying him that extra 1/10 of a second. And every Super Bowl, it seems like somebody becomes the favorite, right? And now it's beginning to look like Chris Hogan is making some plays for him.
Over 850 total yards in the game, and getting bounced down there by Malcolm Jenkins. There for a gain of 4, second down and 6.
Watch Malcolm Jenkins. You want to know why he's the leader of this football team? Watch this play. You're talking about one of the toughest players in the open field to tackle in Dion Lewis. And Malcolm Jenkins has been making plays like that all season. He's been covering James White on passes. He's made a big play on a run stop.
Won the Super Bowl as a rookie with the Saints. Second down and 7. Through the middle. Nice little hole there, and then stopping him shy of the first down was Mills, setting up a 3rd and 2. Lewis to the 44.
Patriots, one of those teams that we don't audible so much, but they call 2 plays in the huddle some. And when you see Tom Brady kind of give it the old, I used to say, think about it look, but that means we want play number 2 now.
3rd down and 1 from the 45-yard line.
Sees that motion back in, knows he has man coverage.
Great protection again, down the middle, open inside the 30-yard line. Danny Amendola for a first down as the clock ticks down under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Soon as he knew it was man coverage, goes right to Amendola. But this motion, James White comes back inside, and Malcolm Jenkins, who's played him in man coverage all day, goes with him. So Brady knows at that point he's going to his best man coverage option, and there it was, Danny Amendola.
377 passing yards for the 40-year-old wonder. Great fake on first down. To the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Hogan. Chris Hogan from 26 gets position on McLeod to turn it back into a 1-possession game.
This is just unbelievable offensive football. You're going to see Hogan is going to work to the outside and then back in. What a patient route this is. This is a veteran player understanding he has time. He understands that Tom Brady is going to sit there, look off the free safety, get him back in the middle of the field, and this is turning into fast break basketball out here.
Gostkowski for the extra point. 3.5 to go in the 3rd, and Tom Brady has already thrown for 403 yards. 29-26. Eagles.
So this is it.
That's all they really do is
Ready? Let's go.
Welcome to the world, little one. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. But you come with open minds and the instinct that we are equal. Some people may see your differences and be threatened by them. But you are unstoppable. You'll love who you want. You'll demand fair and equal pay. You will not allow where you come from to dictate where you're going. You will be heard, not dismissed. You will be connected, not alone. Change starts now.
It's the Super Bowl, so of course you've got Glenn Stefani, Blake Shelton here tonight. The left and the right, the left and the right, Floyd Mayweather, Jimmy Fallon, Bradley Cooper, longtime Eagle fan, guest of Jeff Lurie. What a game we are seeing, 29-26 Philadelphia. And Skoski to kick it away. Right deep down into the end zone for a touchdown. 3:23 left in the third and a 3-point game at Super Bowl 52.
Today is the day to take that step. There's something impossible out there waiting for you. So, we have a vision to make movement better for everyone. Because when we're free to move, anything is possible.
With Wix, you can create really amazing websites for anything you want. Check out all these templates. There are hundreds of them. I like this one. Okay, now let's change the text. Also, let's give the font a little twist. Okay, I'm going to drop in a photo here and make it just right. There's a video gallery. Wait, don't forget to add our Instagram feed. There. Done. Well, that's it. That's the coolest thing we've collaborated on in months. Go to Wix.com. Create your stunning website today.
Tonight, thanks to all the photos and videos you shared, you showed us thousands of ways to family. There's this way, those ways, even that way. And you know what? We think every single one of them is a great way, because there is no one right way to family. So do what you do. Family, how you family. We'll be there for you tonight and every night that follows.
When you wake up, it's where you turn
Welcome to today. It's the start of a big and busy
to find understanding, hope, a smile. Welcome to all the possibilities the morning can bring. Welcome to today.
And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Bulls, touchdown. Wow. How do you figure?
This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time great.
They win the game, and it will be 55 total points. Still have 18 minutes of regulation to play. Over 900 yards of total offense in the game. Chung and Wisniewski both injured on the last series, are both back in the game. Jay Ajayi starts as the running back. Ball is put in the stomach and throws to the sideline. Pulled in along the sideline by Aguilar. throws. Nice catch, first down. Gain of 24.
This is another great adjustment here by Peterson, because you end up with everybody thinks that RPO, those run-pass options, that you're going to throw slants. So what have we seen tonight? Just the opposite. The Patriots line up a bit inside to take away those slants, and then Nick Foles goes to the other option, that fade from the inside position.
Peterson and Ryan can really come up with a great plan tonight.
Tell you what, though, we have not heard much from Alshon Jeffrey since they made the move to put Stephon Gilmore on him.
Got 3 early on. Taylor fires, caught over the middle. Corey Smith gets straight down the seam and takes the ball to the 33-yard line. Tackled there by Devin McCourty, first down.
One more time, just that RPO action, and you can see that Nick Foles, since he started running this play about 2 games ago as the playoffs started, his comfort level and his confidence has just shot through the roof. I don't think I'll ever get over what he did against the number 1 Minnesota Vikings defense 2 weeks ago, and now he's doing it to the Patriots.
Shredded them. 2 minutes to the end of the period. Long to the outside. They're taken down by big Malcolm Brown. Number 98 for a game of 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Boy, Malcolm Brown is so good. What a great battle that is with he and Jason Kelsey going at it inside in the middle. But Malcolm Brown has long been the centerpiece to me of this defensive line. He has the quickness. Kelsey is quick, but he just fought through the inside gap there and made the play. And Wisniewski back in the game as well.
At the 32, second down and 8. Running back is Clement. In the route. Aguilar tries to get the first down. Is very close. They'll give it to him at the 23-yard line. He's tackled there by Eric Rowe.
Yeah, we had not seen much of Nelson Aguilar on these reverse plays during the course of the regular season. But since the last game of the regular season and into the playoffs, he has 3, 4, 5 of those plays now, and they've been picking up some big first downs.
Most total yards in Super Bowl history already. With over 15 minutes to play, 955 total yards. Balls goes to the end zone and incomplete. Got a couple of receivers down there. Burton and Ertz, both tight ends. 34 seconds down. It's second down and 10.
Tell you who continues to impress me in this game, and that's Patrick Chung. I really felt like the 2 tight ends would be such a factor in this ball game, and one of the unknowns was Trey Burton, who really is an excellent route runner. We know what Zach Ertz can do, but for the most part, Patrick Chung has had a good feel for both those guys.
Yeah, we thought Burton would play a bigger role in the game, but he has thrown a touchdown pass.
Now, other than that,
He forgot.
other than the biggest play of the game,
Second and 10. To Smith on the outside. A stiff arm there, just taken down by McCourty. Third down, back to the trick play now.
Yeah, you know what made this so interesting was when they went to the direct snap on 4th and 1, I thought Clement was going to just run power off tackle or something, and then there was a circus after that. What a well-orchestrated play. With, Doug Peterson has so much guts in that situation.
That's right off the street. Waning seconds of the quarter. Third down and 3. And they're going to run it out. That's the end of the quarter. So we played 3 exciting quarters. Philadelphia 29, the Wing 26. Super Bowl 52. Resumed after these messages for your local station.
Gonna work on that thing? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it.
Now, McCluskey offers free lifetime mechanical protection on every vehicle.
McCluskey Chevrolet, lower prices, lower rates. There are many things that make your heart flutter. Atrial fibrillation shouldn't be one of them. February is Heart Month, so talk to your doctor about treatment options. Premier Health, taking care to a higher level.
Team McCluskey offers free 48-hour test drives on every vehicle.
McCluskey Chevrolet, lower prices, lower rates. How do you make the internet better for everyone? You make it faster for all. Introducing a true revolution in internet speed from Spectrum with game-changing new starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's double our previous speed, plus the all-new Spectrum Internet Gig with speeds up to 940 megabits. It's just part of our commitment to bringing you a faster, more reliable network for today and for whatever comes next. Spectrum.
Team McCluskey offers guaranteed credit approval on every vehicle.
McCluskey Chevrolet, lower prices, lower rates.
WLWT weather, Cincinnati's certified most accurate.
Block shot